Hi everyone, I'm Townhawk, and this is Folktale. Folktale is an early access sandbox fantasy city builder strategy game with some dungeon and RPG elements. It's available right now on the Steam Early Access program for $19.99. However, I will warn you, for those that may concern you, whether if you like it or not, only the tutorial is available right now. So what does it mean, this big long list on what it is? Well, let me show you.
For months, your people have struggled through swamps and forests, across deserts and frozen wastes, battling storms and high seas that threatened to dash them against the rocks. They came to escape from the tyranny of the evil Lord Blackdark, whose rogue financiers had crushed the population to little more than indentured slaves. Fleeing a land where toast is rationed to only the select few and the good people eat only stale bread, your brave subjects have fought and suffered before arriving on the shores of this remote island. It is here they hope to find peace and tranquility, where they can farm and build a new... Oh look, there's Bernard. Hello. Where was I? Oh yes, to a land where your people can build a new society where freedom and toast are available to everyone. And it is up to you, our steely-eyed leader, to build a brighter future for your brave pioneers. Because let's face it, the villagers aren't the sharpest swords in the rack. This is the world of Folktale.
So there's the introduction.
Welcome to our new
I'm going
village.
to skip the advisor notifications for the most part, so we can go through here and I can give you a pretty good idea
We should set to work building a windmill.
on many of the aspects of this that I possibly can.
Superb! Our villagers will...
Now, as you can see, there are kind of snap points here for you to build certain structures, or actually any structure that you want to build on any of these snap points. This is a temporary feature in the game that was made for the tutorial and to kind of get it going. In the future, this kind of
New building options are available.
layout
Trouble might
isn't going to
take
be
it
here. You're going to
outside.
have a more free, versatile style when it comes to how you want to build your city.
On my way.
So this is one element that it's not...
New building options are available.
It's a temporary... It's temporary.
Great! You just trained...
And also, as you can see, as you go and you train somebody, you just click on that person, you click on the windmill, or whatever structure that you have, and then it'll ask if you want to train them. So it's pretty simple, and then once you do, you don't really have to do anything. They automatically just start going to work,
Yes, my dear?
which makes the micromanagement part of this game a lot easier.
Right away.
Any of this is subject to change. Like I said, this is in the early alpha.
New building options are available. Good! Now select one of our folks and send them to the Woodcutter's Lodge for training. Ta-ta!
There you go. Train the Woodcutter Lodge. Now, also, when it comes to training peasants, right now there are male and female peasants, of course. Only the male peasants can be trained for pretty much any of the professions except for an innkeeper. This was not intended to be done on purpose by the game developer, from what I understand. It's supposed to be fixed so you can make male and or female peasants into any
Resource secure. Our woodcutter will chop down trees.
Okay, Mr. Woodcutter. So yeah, so personally, myself,
I can do that.
that doesn't upset me, being a fantasy-based game like it is. Generally, women didn't do stuff like that. So whether or not it was left either way, personally, doesn't affect me too much, as there have been other people kind of upset about it, just with the hassle of having to find peasants and be able to train them for a specific role of time, depending on if the new peasants you have coming to your town are female or not. Sometimes that could lead to problems. Okay. Anyway, now I'm gonna go find a bed. I'm gonna select them, and I'm gonna get my snap points in my mines. If I can find some. I'd like to get
Y'all
my
want
mines
something?
taken care of. Advisor over here.
New building options are available.
How can I help?
Huh?
Not the female.
Friendly?
There we go.
Excellent. Before our miner can
Okay.
get to work, we need to clear out the rat infestation near the mine and hoist our faction flag to state our claim. Select one or more villagers and right-click on one.
There we go. And then,
Oh, well done. Now move some of our villagers. Resource capture.
Yes, Petal.
there we go. We'll capture that.
Resource secured.
As you can see,
Superb. Now build a stone.
A woman's work is never done.
but when you kill creatures, there's loot. You hover over the mouse, you can see the little loot bag. Just to let you know for you might want to try this. You have to double click to get the loot.
Whatever you
Be
say.
right there, darling.
Won't do anything for you. So there we go. Got the stonecutter lodge going here. And if you want to see your loot, you just hit I for your inventory box. And any character that you have has a character screen that you can customize and equip them with.
New
certain
building
items that
options
you
are
pick up,
available.
which we'll get into a little bit more of that in a minute. We got a train a stone cutter here in a second, but before we do that, before I advance this into some of that more RPG elements of the game, so I want to show you another interesting feature of this game, which is the first-person view. By hitting backspace, you toggle through your views, and you get a first-person experience where you can interact with the different peasants and workers in your village. Now, I'm taking you in the end because it is the most aesthetically looking building in the game. All the rest are pretty plain. There's not much in there right now. This is something that is planned to be changed in the future. There's talk about in a couple months that they are going to make the buildings instance-like, which I think is a great idea, because that way they can have a smaller building.
Is always welcome here, friend.
There you go. And you can have a smaller buildings with larger interiors. And so that basically means more room to place more buildings and make larger towns. And with that in mind, go back over here to our stone cutter. Find the peasant. Train.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And I believe that will get the next part. There we go.
Oh, is that it, bruv? What did the big man say? Big man? He says he's been talking to them Weirfu monks who is like all the way up on the mountain, innit? Innit though? They is proper in the clouds. And they see all these like filthy human beings getting comfy on our turf. All building villages and thing, you get me, bruv? I hear you, man. So the big man reckons they is all our property and he'll get some wicked coin for them, innit? What's the plan? We go down there and they're all like, oh no, please don't make us into slaves. And we like take them back up to the big man. They got any protection, bruv? Nah, man, that's the best thing. They got nothing. Let's do this. I hear you, man. Let's do it. Listen up. He was all the property of the slave master Urzal. He's taking some of you to be his slaves. The rest of you better shut it or we will take all of you. This is our village now. You get me, yeah?
Well, I guess we ain't alone on this island no more.
So what are we gonna do, lads?
Well, we can't just leave them to the goblins, can we, dear boy? We should go and rescue them.
But we're no soldiers and we ain't got no swords or nothing.
If
If we don't go and get 'em back, them goblins will be thinking we's all just here like turkeys waiting for Thanksgiving.
We need volunteers. Good, brave lads who can go on a rescue mission.
What about you, Bernard? After all, they did take your wife.
Well, I'm sure she'll be fine.
Well, I can't go. I've got, important buildings to make.
Shoot, I can't go. I've got important, logs to chop.
And I've got, important, holes to dig.
Hey, didn't they also take Jethro the farmer?
What?
They took Jethro. You know, the farmer.
But that means...
What?
That means that we can't grow wheat.
So?
If we can't grow wheat, then we can't make bread.
So?
If we can't make bread, then
What is it, man?
that means we can't have toast. That's it, boys. We're going to get Jethro.
Aren't you forgetting someone?
Oh yeah, let's get the wife too. Let's get tooled up. One of your buildings caught fire.
And
Need
there's
some improvised weapons to do.
some of the RPG elements of it. I really like it. It has a nice kind of comical take to it. Not too serious. It makes it very engaging. And also, as you notice, I have some buildings that are on fire from the Goblin raid. The townspeople will automatically run. They'll run to the well, get a bucket of water, and put the fire out themselves.
New building options are
So it
available.
just adds to some of what the
My pleasure.
automatic
What
aspects
now? Before sending out a party of adventurers to
when,
rescue. On my
when it
way.
gets bigger, it's really going to help manage
Ta-ta.
the microwaves. Then as I hover over the barracks, you can see there's 3 heads and 2 dots. You can get 5 peasants total. One of the things that I really wish they had added in the game is a way to find peasants. Just find the peasants that without an assigned task
Really?
more easily. But like I said, it is an early alpha, and I believe that probably be something that's been a little more
New
serious.
villagers have arrived.
Harvest time.
Now I just want to find my one last peasant. It just said one arrived, so there we go.
Busy, busy, busy.
I should take care of my last peasant. And there isn't any dungeon aspects in this game currently. The dungeons will also be instance-like, like how they're also speaking of the houses, except in the dungeon there will be a loading time. Obviously, this is probably
Ready to
much
serve.
more to load on your system. So I mean, playing
Mine is to obey.
game with something like that, it's gonna happen anyway. So we'll get our soldiers, we'll send them on their way. We're gonna fight these kobolds that are down here blocking the bridge.
Onward to victory
And also,
and
I'm going
mead.
to assign my soldiers to control one. Now,
I
as you
shall
can see,
drink to your death.
you have abilities down here at the bottom that you can have your units do. Currently,
Now you've got the basics of combat. We should explore.
I don't know if any of them do anything. You can click on them, but you don't really quite see anything happening. So I'm not
Yes,
sure
double time.
how much that's actually doing anything right now. We'll get our loot here from our kobolds.
We're going to need more manpower to get.
Okay. And then we'll take the soldiers.
You called?
And we'll send them off into the wilderness up here. And they've got quite a journey here.
Quick march.
And then as they do that, go over here
Hmm?
I'm going to assign a group to just a random peasant in town, and that way I can jump back and forth between my soldiers in the town much quicker. We're gonna build ourselves a couple of colleges,
Make way.
get more
Can I play folktale on a tablet?
people back in there in the town, and on your control groups,
'Tis an honor.
hit it twice.
May you die
Forth
badly.
where they are when they're not.
You're looking at me. Forward! Attack! Time to die. As you wish. Away I go.
Do all that. And get our loot.
Your orders? Your wish?
Now, when it comes to chests, you have to actually click on a unit.
Ready for duty,
Walk
sir.
over to
At
interact,
once.
and then we will march
Heading out.
downhill to get
By your
the
leave.
next part of the RPG element done. Now, with this, there's a lot more planned in the future as far as how many buildings you have, how large you can grow a city, and a lot more into the economics, which I'll explain after this cutscene.
What was that?
Oh, Hobbles! My beautiful Hobbles! They've stolen you away from me!
You all right, mate?
No, I am not all right. Those filthy goblins have stolen my Hobbles away from me. Oh, I can't stand the thought of their filthy, rough hands all over him. I feel faint. No!
Who are you? And what you doing out here in the middle of nowhere anyway?
I am Camfrey Mageflower, and Lord Blackdark banished Hobbles and I for living an, alternative lifestyle.
What, for being,
No, silly! Hobbles is my familiar.
Oh, right, that's like a pet, is it?
More than a pet, we have a magical bond. Our minds and souls are intertwined in a beautiful, penetrating partnership. Lord Blackdark banned all wizards from having familiars. He thought it was creepy.
Sounds a bit overly familiar to me.
Well, yes. We were banished to this hellhole, and now my beautiful Hobbles has been taken from me. I must get him back, no matter what the cost. I can't do this on my own. I need some big, strong lads to help me.
Oh, well.
I heard the goblins talking about some settlers they'd kidnapped from a nearby village. They must be on the other side of this wall. Now, the first problem is how we break through these gates. I think this may be a bit much for even your rippling physique. So how do we get through? Let me think. Aha! Hobbles and I were looking for somewhere warm to snuggle up the other night, and we happened on an old golem. We could use that to bash through the gates. If I remember correctly, it was a McDongle Mark IV, so you'll need to insert a McDongle's gem of rebooting to reset its commands before it will obey you. Now, I've seen a gem of rebooting. Where was that? Ah, yes, the deserted monastery up on White Peak. Watch out for the monks, who found enlightenment by becoming werewolves and now practice were-fu. It's like kung fu, but hairier. Fetch the gem of rebooting, activate the golem, then bring it back here. Then we can use it to break down the doors and rescue Hobbles and the villagers. Hurrah!
Right you are, sir.
Okay. So there's different parts of the economy that is planned
New villagers have arrived.
for the works in the actual game part when the sandbox mode is released. Things like
At
You
your
know,
command,
strictly you
mine
wanna
is
rule
to
your
obey.
land is one of the things that we're talking about. You can be kind lord or strict lord. If you're strict, there won't
Double
less
time!
sorry, there'll be less crime. But if you are a kinder
Quick march!
lord, then you know you'd be sacrificing happiness of your populace for probably a little bit more crime, which kind of makes sense when you think about it.
At the ready?
And I am just going to go for the next cutscene.
The Monastery of the Monks of the Mangy Wolf. Once a religious sect of great devotion and piety, they practiced in solitude and silence in their quest to achieve enlightenment. Evil monk Wolf Chow became head of the order and ruled the monastery with a leash of iron. He even banned the monks from making their renowned homemade organic toast. The monks rebelled, led by Rufus Pooh, but couldn't stop the ritual of the Bloody Fang because Wolf Chow used the unearthly and ancient squeaky toy weapon to distract Rufus and his followers. Wolf Chow found the twisted path of the mangy wolf by becoming a werewolf and learning the dark secret of Werfu. That night was known as the Night of the Pointy Teeth, and Wolf Chow turned all the monks into his werewolf disciples. Now they practice the fearsome Werfu and follow the dark path. Approach carefully, as they no longer need a full moon to become their doggy selves, and they have very pointy teeth.
Okay, so we're gonna head back to the town here, and then I'll kind of finish up my synopsis. I don't want to make this too long, and I don't really want to go through the whole thing. For anybody who's interested, you can go through this yourself, which, you know, you don't want to take all the experience out from everyone. Now, some of the things I just wanted to point out, when you click on a plot, because not all controls are explicitly specified. Say if you click on one, you want to back out, and you're like, well, how do I back out? Something simple, just by pressing escape. If you build a building that you didn't mean to build, you just click on it again, select it, and you hit delete. And it'll cancel the building. There we go, just like that. Also, I'm not sure why that's part of my built my two cottages. Well, anyway, there are some glitches in there, and because I rushed through it, it tends to make them happen more often. So I'll go back to my troops. I will walk through there, especially since it looks like it glitched on me, and it's not going to let me finish.
Your command?
I'm going
Move
to
along.
show you the inventory system here a little bit and how they're equipped. So you can see some stuff in here which...
Great! Our little village is a
there we go.
bustling hive of activity. But we're going to need more.
So you can see you got some stuff in here which really right now I don't think really means much. Basic general resources. Stone, wood, iron, planks, gold. And for some reason right now, I'm not able to get a description. There we go. So you hover over your item, it'll give you a little description of what it is, who can equip it, this helm, it can be equipped by a knight or a militia, which militia is what we have right now. That's for a knight. I can give him a dagger. That's only for a knight. I can give him a militia. I can be equipped with a militia. Knight. Gotta organize a little bit more in here. That, and then I'll find one more soldier.
Nothing to see here.
I'll equip him. And since it is working now, I'll go ahead and I'll go back to my city. And I will find a plot. And I will get my pasture.
Right.
Chicken coop.
Got it.
Back to my troops. And then we will head in.
As you wish.
Deal with some monks. Some rare food.
New villagers have arrived.
You are defeated,
So,
and I.
there's a lot more plan in the works, like I was saying, for this game. As far as
Ready. Away I go.
the role playing, the dungeons. There are also, you can see there's a transmute button here, which, as far as I know right now, doesn't do anything.
New building options are
There's
available.
going to be a
Ready for
crafting
duty.
New building options are available. Your villagers are lacking in faith and desperately.
And that is the last building I can build, which is the monastery. The monastery will be home to the monks who support the religion for your people.
Make your mind up.
And not only that, but they are also the healing class for the game.
For honor. I have won. Ha ha. You think with all this ready to obey? In better shape. I best lay off the donuts. Ready to serve.
New building options are available.
Okay. As you see, even in the tutorial,
Heading there now.
there's plenty, you know, that
Whatever you say.
can keep you busy. Just enough to, you know, actually play the game. The first time I played this probably
Can I see
took me
your
about an
papers?
hour.
Forward.
And obviously it's a lot quicker because I've already done it.
New building options are available.
I shall drink to your death. May you die badly.
And you see, I'm going to lose a soldier here.
Think
Maybe
twice
not.
before
It
breaking the
also
law.
brings in another thing of some micromanagement.
At once.
Kind of like, reminds me more of like a Heart of a Swarm. Starcraft kind of gameplay where you maybe want to pull people out and pull them back in and let them retarget on a different character. Also, there's different classes in the game. There's a knight as you further play the tutorial that will come into play.
Ready for battle.
And he's more of a tanky. Actually, pretty much is a tank for.
Ready to work.
All right, dear.
Excellent. Now construct a tavern and train an innkeeper. The innkeeper.
Construction and tavern is the one thing that isn't available right now. As you can see, cottage, monastery, which I believe that'll be this spot here. It just hasn't been released in the game yet. So basically, I have everything going. Another thing that the monks do besides providing religion for the people is they also make honey, which makes the mead for the tavern. So now that I'm here, I'll walk up here.
Attention.
We'll get the stone of rebooting.
By your leave. Mine is to obey.
And then I will end
Double
my video
time.
there. But
Quick march.
the elements of this
You're
game
looking at me.
really
Forward.
have a lot of promise.
Attack.
I can see this game really
Time to die.
something that really appeals to me.
They gave me this
It has a
pointy
lot of
thing in
different
training, and I still don't know what it does.
It's kind of like
Tis an honor.
a SimCity with a story, kind of, but better. It's just, and being a sandbox game, I think that's even going to be
People think I stand around all day.
more.
There's a lot more to it than that. Standing ready. As you wish. Watching too. Arm yourselves, men.
Big again, like I said, this
New
is
villagers
available
have
on Steam
arrived.
Early Access. I really hope you
have one
enjoyed
game in.
this walkthrough of
Away I go.
Folktale. If this
For
is something
honor! Move out!
that intrigues you,
Forward!
then go ahead on the Steam Early Access program. Pay $19.99 for your early access, which will include the game at release and all the updates.
At once!
Grab my loot here. And oops, I did not get the stone. There we go.
Standing firm!
There we go. So rebooting.
Awaiting your command.
And this will conclude my introduction to Folktale. Until next time, all the best.